Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. So today it's gonna be a pregnancy faves video. I've been pregnant for a while now. I have some favorites of things that I've been enjoying or things that have been useful to me during pregnancy. So our first category is apps. Yes, oh my goodness, there are so many pregnancy related apps out there, but these are the ones that I have been using. So first up is the NHS's Squeezy app, which helps to remind you to do your pelvic floor exercises. Very important. Whilst you don't need an app to do your kegels, you literally just need your body. I have found it very useful indeed to have an app to hold me accountable. So it sends me notification reminders to do my pelvic floor exercises. And then when you're actually doing them, it actually does the counting and stuff for you. So you know that you're doing it all good and proper instead of being like, wait, how many have I done now? How many reps am I on? You hit squeeze now, and it basically takes you through doing 10 slow ones. So you hold that in and then you release when it tells you to, and you do 10 of those. And then it also takes you through doing some quick ones as well. So just like nice and quick. How lovely. And it recommends doing them 3 times a day. I maybe do them 2 or 3 times a day, but hey, better than nothing. So this has been very helpful. The next app is one that I've been using since the beginning of pregnancy, which is Clue. And that's basically because you have to pay to get access to the pregnancy thing. And I did the free trial and then I forgot to cancel it. And so I paid for it. So I'm using it. I've not been using it to like input any data about any of my symptoms. I literally just look at it like once a week when my week changes. So at the time of recording this, I am 33 weeks pregnant. It says 7 weeks to go. Oh my goodness. And your fetus is the size of a pineapple. Really hope it's not as spiky as a pineapple. That would not be fun. But yeah, it gives you lots of information about each week and stuff that you could be doing, and I like it. What's our interesting fact this week? Some providers still recommend bed rest to avoid preterm labour, but there is little evidence that is helpful in most cases. Additionally, there are some risks and it can be financially burdensome. Ask your healthcare provider follow-up questions if they advise bed rest. In the same vein, but not an app, although now that I'm saying that, I'm like, maybe that is an app, and I've just been using the web browser version this entire time, and that is the NHS's Start for Life. So this is basically the same thing. I've just been using it to see what the NHS says about each week of pregnancy. I found this really useful. So yeah, week 33, your 3rd trimester, what's happening in my body. Talk to your midwife about group B strep. That's not something that I've done before, so I might bring it up the next time I see them. In the bag, preparing for birth. I like having this as well as Clue because whilst the pregnancy and fetus information is very similar, this is NHS and UK specific, and so it is a lot more relevant to my experience in the NHS healthcare maternity system. And then the final app that I've been using is this one called Down Dog, which is a yoga app, and they have a prenatal version. This was one that my mum got me onto. So basically it creates entirely customizable yoga practices for you. So for instance, here I tell it that I'm in my 3rd trimester. I would like full practice. I want to boost whatever it is. So back pain, that's been getting me, but you can kind of pick neck stretches, foot and ankle, quads, glutes. You can pick what you want to focus on, what level you are, pace. Then you can pick the voice and the music. There's all different voices.
Come to a child's pose.
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 I like Mars.
Come to a child's pose.
Mars is my favourite. And then you can pick what music you like. I go for the piano and the strings. What else is there? Nature sounds. Alt beats. And then you pick how long you want to do it for, and then you hit start, and then you just follow along, and it's great. All right, I've got a whole bunch of pregnancy, maternity, fashion faves. First up, some maternity leggings. Oh yes. My mum got me these for Christmas. I just have this navy blue pair and then a black pair, which I'm actually currently wearing, but oh my God, I have been living in these. If you watched my like maternity wardrobe video that I did kind of around the beginning of my second trimester, you may have seen the jeans. The jeans, I loved them. I love the jeans. They were very useful at the beginning. And then just now I just want to be like as comfy as possible. And so leggings are the way forwards. Next up, I have these very basic long sleeved like maternity t-shirts. I think they're originally H&M, but I got them from my local like secondhand kids and maternity clothes shop. These have been so handy because they're just like super plain, proper like maternity stretch over the bump. And it means that I can wear lots of dresses and other things over the top of them. Like I wear these under so many things. These have come in handy a lot, especially because it's been very cold during my pregnancy. Speaking of things that I wear over the top of those tops, I have this amazing maternity jumpsuit that my sister got me for Christmas, and oh my God, I absolutely love it. I have basically been living in this, and I also love that it's very springy, and the end of my pregnancy is going to be in spring, and hopefully it will be warmer, and so maybe I can start wearing it without the top underneath. I've absolutely been loving this, and there's lots of room for bump. And then this is actually one of my most recent purchases. The rental company on loan that I've talked about a whole bunch and like rented clothes from them lots and lots are currently on a hiatus. I don't know, but they were basically like selling a bunch of their used stock and stuff, and I found this that was going, and oh my God, it's just like this epic long dress with this like stretchy bit around the boobs. And whilst it's not a maternity specific dress, I was like, this will be perfect for pregnancy and beyond. And of course it's very me in terms of the colour. Love it. Another fave is this maternity swimsuit. I was a bit reluctant to fork out for a maternity swimsuit because I was like, how much use is this gonna get? But my mum did get me a Bravissimo voucher for Christmas, and so I was like, let's go for it, because I wanted to do lots of swimming in my third trimester, which I am doing, and I'm absolutely loving it. And I tried on like my other bikinis and swimsuits, and yeah, it wasn't happening. It was so tight and uncomfortable, not just around the bump, but the boobs. And whilst this was literally the only maternity swimsuit on Bravissimo's website, like, please, more choice would be great. I got lucky because they had it in my size, and I actually do really like this design, and it fits really well. I've been swimming in it loads. I absolutely love it. And whilst I do have that qualm about there literally just being like one option for a maternity swimsuit on their website, I will say that their like online customer service is excellent, because I did not know what size my boobs are because they have grown so much in pregnancy, and I've just been wearing like the same bralettes and like slightly spilling out of them. But when you talk to somebody like through their chat thing on their website, they'll basically kind of like fit you. So they know like, oh, that kind of style like comes up a bit big, that kind of style comes up a bit small. So they'll like ask you like, what size are you currently wearing? How does it fit? Like all of these questions, and then they'll go, okay, I think you should get this size in this bra or this size in this swimsuit. And every time I've done that with Bravissimo online, they've nailed it. Does this count as a fashion fave? But these are basically my support belts that I talked about in my pregnancy and stoma video. I got these from my stoma nurse, and they have been so good in the evenings when my bump is feeling really heavy, when my stoma is getting a bit sore, and I just want to kind of like feel a pressure against my stomach and have that support. It has been excellent. And I have this black one, which I'm actually like almost growing out of now, but I've got a lot more room to grow in this white one as well. But yeah, I always make sure to try and remember to have one on me at all times, because I just never know when I'm gonna start feeling like I need a belly lift, basically. And next up is our stuff and miscellaneous category. So, of course, my pregnancy pillows have been an absolute fave. And yes, I said pillows because I've got two of them. I bought one for myself, which is the one that I have in my bed, and it's the one that I sleep with, and I think it's called a Dream Genie, and I got it from John Lewis, and it was literally just one that a friend recommended to me. I did a little bit of research, but ultimately I love a recommendation from a friend, so I went with that one, and it has been a winner. It has this really interesting design where it has the like main pillow sausage bit that kind of like supports your bump and goes between your legs, and then it's got this flat bit, which is the bit that you lie on, so then you can like have your head on your normal pillow, and then this like back support wedge on the other side, and oh, so good. And actually you can use it lying on your left side or on your right side, and absolutely love this. And then the other pillow that I have was a gift for Christmas from Dan's mum, and it is a chonker. It is so big. It's a lot firmer than the one that I have in bed, but it works really well for the sofa. I have tried having like the bigger pillow in bed, but it just like takes up so much room, and with the smaller one that I have, it like works for the support that I need, but then also can still get in some cuddles, you know? But this massive one that I just keep on the sofa now is just so good. I work from home a lot, like I come into the studio to do like filming and podcast recordings, but I am like working from home quite a bit more now, like on my laptop to kind of save energy. And so I like have the pillow like wrapped around me, and it becomes like part of my desk. And then it's also just great for chilling out on in the evenings. Another fave is a pregnancy ball, and I actually have two of them. I am sat on one right now, got one for the office, very good. And then I also have another one at home, and yeah, it's just been great for the back support and just like getting into different positions, and just like sitting on chairs for too long just like really hurts my back. And so like having the ball, like I don't know, it just like keeps my back nice and straight, and I just feel like I'm constantly in negotiation with my body. So having options like a chair or the floor or a ball or the sofa with a pregnancy pillow, like it's really good, because then I can just be like, right, what does my body need right now? Next up is some oil. I have been oiling my belly every day, twice a day. I mean, people say that it helps with like preventing stretch marks, but I don't know, because I also hear people say that stretch marks are apparently genetic. So what does it do anyway? But at the beginning of pregnancy, I had some bio oil that was like left over from my surgeries that I used a lot on my belly scar. And so I was just like, hey, I'm just gonna start using this. And then I got this Burt's Bees Mama one for Christmas from my mum. And yeah, I don't know if it's doing anything, but the thing that I really love about it is just the ritual in the morning of like putting oil on my belly and like rubbing my belly, and then the same thing in the evening. Like it's just become this like running joke with me and Dan, because I go to bed much earlier than him, and so he'll be like on his computer in the office playing video games, I'll be getting ready for bed, and then I'll like come into the office just like naked and like oiling my belly, and he's like, it's that time of day again. I'm like, yes, hello. But yeah, I have no idea if the oil's actually doing something, but like I like the ritual. It feels like nice bonding time. It feels like nice just kind of like rubbing my belly a lot. Fun times. Also, the bio oil didn't have a scent, but this one smells like lemon and it's delicious. I wouldn't be a pregnant Londoner if I didn't have my baby on board badge. This is definitely a favorite, not because like I've actually really had to use it. I think I've maybe asked somebody to like stand up and give me a seat on the tube once, because I don't really travel at rush hour all that much, but it just feels iconic to me. I went round to my friend's house the other day and she saw my badge and she was like, oh my God, you're actually pregnant. And it was the badge that kind of like actually made her realize like, oh shit, this is real. It was like, yes, it's real, baby on board. If you have no idea what this is, basically TfL, Transport for London, offer these to pregnant people for free. Just says baby on board, and it's just so that other people around can be more accommodating to you and maybe let you sit down, because you know, really need to, and you don't want to be like standing up on a tube for too long, because that can ache. But yes, I love this. Big fan. And then my final favorite is actually my bougie gym membership that I am paying for just to access a very nice swimming pool. I think it was in one of my videos at the beginning of this year, like maybe my goals before baby or New Year's resolutions kind of one, where I talked about wanting to go swimming but not being able to find like a pool near me. Well, I caved. I just went for like this really expensive one, but just for 3 months. So I'm only paying for it up until like basically when baby is born, and I'm justifying it as a treat to myself during pregnancy, and I have been going loads, so it's definitely been useful and definitely been worth it for me. Also, it's only a short bus ride or a long walk from where I am, so depending on like my energy levels, I might like bus there and walk back or whatever. So I managed to find somewhere local enough and nice enough that it does feel like a nice pregnancy treat. And swimming has been great because I had to give up playing tennis because it was wrecking my body and was really painful, but swimming isn't hurting me. Swimming is lovely, and lots of pregnant people just say like how great swimming was in their like later months and later weeks of pregnancy. I can imagine that when I finished work and I'm on maternity leave and before baby is born, I'm going to be like going swimming every day because I'm like, what else am I supposed to do? Just gonna go for another swim. But there we go. Those are my pregnancy faves. I hope you enjoyed this video. Are you pregnant? Are you kind of watching this to get recommendations, or do you have any recommendations of your own, things that you've enjoyed yourself during pregnancy? Let us know in the comments. I hope that you are doing well, and I'll see you in my next video.